Imagine walking into your basement, knocking down a wall, and discovering an entire lost city hidden beneath your home. Not a small cave, not an abandoned tunnel, a real city, one large enough to shelter thousands of people, complete with homes, schools, places of worship, food storage rooms, and even livestock areas. It sounds like something from a science fiction movie. But this is a real place that exists beneath modern-day Turkey. For centuries, it remained hidden beneath the ground, untouched and almost forgotten. And the strangest part? Nobody expected to find it, because the world's largest underground city was discovered completely by accident. What archaeologists uncovered would leave experts stunned and raise questions that still haven't been fully answered today. The story begins in 1963 in the Turkish region of Cappadocia. A local homeowner was renovating his house when he noticed something unusual. One of his basement walls seemed strange. Curious, he decided to break through it. Behind the wall was a hidden room, but that wasn't the end of it. Behind that room was another passage, and beyond that passage was an entire network of tunnels stretching deep underground. What started as a simple home renovation quickly turned into one of the most astonishing archaeological discoveries in modern history. As researchers explored further, they realized they weren't looking at a cave system. They had uncovered an underground metropolis, a place where thousands of people once lived, worked, worshipped, and survived beneath the earth. The city became known as Derinkuyu, and the deeper experts explored, the more unbelievable the discovery became. Because this wasn't just large, it was gigantic. Most underground shelters are small. Derinkuyu was the complete opposite. The city extends approximately 85 meters, or about 280 feet below the surface. That's roughly the height of a 20-story building buried underground. Researchers have identified multiple levels descending deep into the earth. Some estimates suggest the city could shelter around 20,000 people at the same time. Think about that for a moment. 20,000 people, underground, without modern technology, without power tools, without heavy machinery. Creating such a structure today would be a major engineering project. Yet ancient builders somehow accomplished it centuries ago. The deeper investigators went, the more chambers they discovered. Hallways connected to storage rooms connected to gathering areas connected to entire residential sections. The city seemed almost endless, but the true surprise wasn't its size. It was how complete it was. Because Derinkuyu wasn't simply a place to hide. It was designed for people to actually live there, and possibly for very long periods of time. Imagine spending weeks underground. No sunlight, no fresh air from the outside world, no easy access to supplies. Most people wouldn't last long, yet Derinkuyu was built specifically to solve those problems. Inside the city, archaeologists found living quarters where families could stay together. There were kitchens where meals could be prepared. Storage rooms held food supplies. Large areas were used to store grain and other essentials. There were spaces believed to be schools, religious chambers where communities could gather. Even wineries and food processing areas existed underground. Perhaps most surprisingly, there were dedicated sections for animals. Livestock played a critical role in survival. Keeping animals underground ensured a reliable source of food and resources during dangerous times. Everything was carefully planned. Every room had a purpose. Every tunnel connected important sections. The city functioned almost like a giant underground machine designed to keep people alive. But there was one challenge greater than all the others: air. Without a constant supply of fresh oxygen, none of this would have been possible. And that's where the true genius of Derinkuyu begins to appear. One of the greatest mysteries surrounding Derinkuyu is its engineering. At first glance, it seems impossible. How could thousands of people survive underground for extended periods? The answer lies in a remarkable ventilation system. Ancient builders created hundreds of shafts that carried fresh air throughout the city. Some ventilation channels reached incredible depths. Even today, experts are impressed by how effectively the system worked. Fresh air could travel through multiple levels, allowing residents to survive far below the surface. But ventilation wasn't the only challenge. Water was equally important. Special wells provided access to fresh water while helping protect residents from outside threats. Then, there were the city's defenses. Massive circular stone doors were positioned throughout the tunnels. These giant stone discs could be rolled into place to block passageways. Some weighed hundreds of kilograms. From the inside, defenders could secure sections of the city quickly. For invaders unfamiliar with the layout, entering Derinkuyu would have been extremely difficult. The deeper researchers studied the city, the clearer one thing became. This wasn't built randomly. It was designed with extraordinary precision, which raises a fascinating question. Why would anyone go to such lengths in the first place? History suggests Derinkuyu wasn't constructed all at once. Instead, it likely evolved over many centuries. Different civilizations appear to have expanded and modified the city over time. The region experienced countless conflicts, invasions, and periods of instability. For people living there, safety could never be guaranteed. An underground city offered something incredibly valuable: protection. When danger approached, entire communities could disappear beneath the earth. Food, water, shelter, and security were already waiting for them. From above, enemies might see only ordinary settlements. Meanwhile, thousands of people could remain hidden underground. Some historians believe the city became especially important during periods of invasion when survival depended on staying out of sight. The design reflects that purpose. Every tunnel, every storage chamber, every defensive door, everything points toward long-term protection. Yet despite decades of research, some mysteries remain unresolved. And that's where the story becomes even more intriguing. Even today, Derinkuyu continues to puzzle historians. One of the biggest questions is simple: who started it? While experts have theories, no one knows with complete certainty who first began carving the underground complex. Another mystery involves construction itself. How long did it take? Creating such a massive city would require an enormous amount of labor. Thousands upon thousands of tons of rock had to be removed. Yet no detailed records survive, explaining exactly how it was accomplished.